Welcome back to DebuggersLoop. This is part two of Top Countries to Work Abroad series. In the previous part, we have covered India. India is a tech market, future aspects, and other things. It's very detailed video. India is very vast, so there are still some points we can discuss in detail. If you want that, let us know in the comments. Let's start with foreign countries. So this is number 10, and now, number 10, we have UAE, France, and Luxembourg. I have discussed with many of my friends who are there in UAE. It is a good country. If I have to select out of these three countries, I would just select UAE because Dubai has many companies, many financial companies, banks where software engineers are required. So, if I talk about main drawbacks, there is no major tech scene in any of these countries. There are no new companies are coming up or new offices are being set up. It's a stable economy, not growing like India. And majorly, there are not many software engineers present in those countries. So they need foreigners to come and fill that gap. So that's why this is a number 10. So now salary is also low because jobs are less. So competition between companies is less to hire one employee.
So what is the point of then going there? Because there are no companies, salary is low. So what's the point there?
We will come to it. So main advantage in UAE is there is no income tax.
Oh, that's
So
good.
whatever you are earning, that is your in-hand salary. There is zero income tax there. So you will get decent savings. Salary is low, but income tax is zero, right? So even if it is less salary, you will be getting most of it in hand at the end of the year. You will be saving a lot of. But Dubai is expensive. So even if you are saving tax, you are spending it in other things like normal daily household things. You will be spending much more there. It is not as expensive as some of the most expensive cities like New York, Tokyo, San Francisco, but still it is more expensive than, let's say, Delhi, Bangalore. In France government is now attracting a lot of startups. So there are no new jobs creating in this area. What they are doing, they are giving tax advantages to startups that they can come and start there. Many incubators they have set up. So French government is trying to attract startups, but to fill the employees in the startups, they are also giving French tech visa. So what this tech visa is, it is only for the software engineers or people in technical roles. So that visa they are giving just for technology specialists
Is it
for
simple
multiple
or a
countries.
difficult process getting visa in France?
Comparatively easy if you have the job.
Okay. So without job, you need to go for some study kind of.
I don't think there is a job seeker visa in France. So you need to have a job to get the work visa there. And then best thing is once you get the visa, right? France and Luxembourg both are part of EU. Both are
Oh,
EU nations. So once you get a job or once you get visa in one EU country, right? You have access to all the EU countries. There are some 26 to 27 EU countries. Uh, European Union countries. So you get entire access to EU. Like first few years you can work in France, then maybe you get better salary in Netherlands or Luxembourg or Switzerland, then you can move there and you can continue your visa. So it's a good thing if you want traveling, like if you like traveling, if you want to explore
yeah.
many countries in short span of time. For weekend trip, you can go to
One country to
other
another
countries and
country.
yeah. Even trains also are interconnected. So you can board train from one country and you can land in other country.
Whatever they are offering, so everything is good. But
Mhm.
one question,
Yeah.
is there Indian food here? Like those are, or
It would be very less and very expensive.
it's cancelled for me.
And then Luxembourg. Luxembourg is wealthiest country in European Union per capita. So average salary people earn is maximum in terms of euro, but it is also expensive. Tech jobs are very less in Luxembourg. I know a few people who are working with Amazon because Amazon is like a big company for most of the software engineers in Luxembourg. They have many banks and also it's part of EU. So that is also one added advantage. So you can, if you have a job from Luxembourg, you can start from there and then move to a better country. Also, there are few more countries which are not part of the list, but you can add it on the 10th, like Belgium, Denmark. They are also part of EU. Then talk about money. So in UAE, you will get 100,000 dirhams as an average salary. So I have kept the salary as 3 to 5 years of experience, and I've not took the maximum salary. I have took the median kind of salary, but everyone is having different experiences. Uh, but this is what I found it on PayScale and Glassdoor, and also some of our friends are working in those countries, so I've also discussed with them.
So basically,
So
based on others people inputs, right? Service
yes,
has been added. So it might
yes,
change, like from person to person by experience.
yes.
It will get changed.
Technology, yeah,
Technology.
yeah.
And
Many factors are there, but these are like something to see. Even if first job when you are getting directly from India to abroad, right, it won't be this salary. It would be little less.
yeah,
But you can still think that okay, this is the median salary. Maybe next switch I will reach there or even more. So it totally depends on like person to person and their plan
and
how
if you
they
stay
want
in
to.
that country, we'll be having more idea like how much their colleagues like
Yes.
you get better idea.
Also, it varies from state to state in most of the countries. We will
Okay.
discuss that because these are very small countries. France, Luxembourg. This is like a state in India. So,
Okay.
but big countries, right? For them, even states have different taxes. Salaries are different in different states, especially US. France is having 40,000 euros and Luxembourg 45,000 euros. France is better, even if salary is less. There are more jobs, more opportunities. You
Okay.
can grow, grow faster.
What about the
Cost of
cost of
living, I think Luxembourg would be more. I think uh, France also, some of the places would be having high cost of living.
this comes from the 10th place. So so ninth
Yeah,
place is
Switzerland, Sweden, and Ireland. So yeah, Switzerland salaries are very high. It's the highest in Europe. It is also comparable to America's salary. So it is having very good healthcare infrastructure. In most of the countries, right, they have public healthcare
okay.
and it is free. Healthcare is free in most of the countries. But the problem is they have just public healthcare. So the problem in that is you will get appointments very late. Also, if you go in emergency, right, you will get your turn based on the criticality of
Okay.
your
The person.
problem.
The problem.
You might be having pain in your foot, right, or
Mhm.
something. But someone else has
Has heart
broken a
attack.
bone.
Yeah. So
Yeah, if heart attack, that is the first
first
priority.
priority.
Someone has broken a bone, then you have
It's
to wait
not
till heart attack.
first come first serve. It's
No. Based on criticality, yeah. That is the problem here. But in Switzerland, that is good. They have combination of public, semi-private, and private. So if you have money, then you can go to private. It is not very expensive, but still, because public is free, right? So
Mhm.
competition would be like that.
I think in this thing, India has to get something like India doesn't have any like healthcare, free healthcare, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah, healthcare, it is not very expensive in India,
yeah,
but accessibility is not very good.
yeah,
Like in villages, we don't have
yeah.
good
That's the
hospitals. Yeah, so India has to, like, that is one
thing is good here.
thing India has to improve. Then healthcare insurance is very expensive in all these countries because everything else is free.
See, as they are
So,
providing
yeah.
free, right? They charge more.
So it increases with number of people in the family because you have to take it for everyone.
Hmm.
And then Switzerland is having lowest tax rate in
Okay.
Europe, which is around 20% average and maximum 26%.
That's
So
good.
this is also one good point. It's also part of EU, so you can again travel, work,
Yeah.
move to any other EU countries. But there are less tech companies, not very less, but
Compared to other
still
countries.
compared to other countries, it is limited. Cost of living is super high. Can't even imagine how expensive it is unless and until you go there. This point I just added, citizenship is difficult, but I don't think many people would be looking for this option.
Regarding the Switzerland, right, so I feel like
Mm.
the healthcare system is good and tax rate is good. So these 2 points are okay with it. But
Mm.
see, the purpose of people going to abroad is to earn money, and you should have opportunities to work. So I feel that Switzerland is having less tech companies means, so it's like to move from one company to other company, it might be difficult, right?
Yes, it
And
might be difficult, but if you're working in Switzerland, right, entire market of EU is open for you. So if you are
okay.
not getting job in Switzerland, you can get a job in Netherlands, Germany, any other country, France, Luxembourg, Ireland, Sweden, any country. If you get the job, you can easily move there with the
But
same visa.
yeah, but cost of living is super high, which means whatever the
Yes,
salary I'm getting, I'm giving for insurance, I'm giving for my rent, everything. So what I'm going to save?
yes,
I think
yeah, yeah. That's why it's a number nine. We
okay,
will discuss.
yeah,
Once I show the average salary here, right?
okay,
You will be like,
change
this
my
much we
mind.
will get, but
Okay.
we will also discuss cost of living. Like then Ireland, it's the only English speaking country in EU after Brexit. Previously, UK was also part of EU, but now Ireland is the only English speaking country. All other countries they have their own language. Okay, most of them speak Deutsch, which is German. In terms of Sweden, I think they speak Deutsch as well as Swedish. So they have multiple languages, just like India. But the problem is they will follow their language strictly. It is challenging. All the boards, everything, it's in their own language.
So wherever you go,
Okay.
you need to catch Google Lens to translate it.
Yeah, yeah. Also, most of the countries, right, they are highly dependent on letters, post.
Okay.
Those also will come in their own language. SMS will come in their language. When you call someone, you will
Oh,
listen to
everything is in their own
IVR in their
language.
language. Yeah, everything is in their language. Even so, public transport in all these countries is very good. Only problem is that announcement will be happening in their language.
Then it is very difficult to stay there for a long time.
Yeah.
And even all the facilities are they still surviving there. It is like you need to live alone like few months until you get the hold on the language. Right.
Yes, yes. I think starting learning curve is very high. You
Yeah.
have to at least know the basic language to do day-to-day activities because they like in Germany they don't even use English. If you go into supermarket, right? If you want to buy milk,
Mhm.
Milch will be written. Milch is the
Okay.
German word for milk.
Oh,
Same for other things. So you need to know at least basic things.
oh. And all these countries, the temperatures are very low, right?
Yeah, most of the time it would be winters.
Okay.
It's
It's
like half of the year is just winters in most of the countries. Okay, then Ireland, English speaking, we already discussed, which is a very good point. So you no need to learn any language per se.
that's good.
Also, lowest level of bureaucracy in EU. Like I told, right, you will be getting letters and all these things.
Mhm.
Ireland is having lowest level of that. They still have it, but it is low.
Yes.
So you no need to submit a lot of documents for visa. Getting visa extension is easier as compared to other EU countries. So all these things are better. Then all the big tech companies are in Dublin. So I see most of the people who are working in Ireland, right? They are in Dublin.
Mhm.
So it's like a hub of technology in Ireland. But there are high personal taxes. Corporate taxes are less. That's why companies are setting their offices there.
Okay.
But personal taxes are more in Ireland. So that is also one negative point. In terms of Sweden, uh, so Stockholm is having the highest number of software companies in Europe per capita. Like it's having a lot of software companies and a lot of startups. It is second in the world after US. You
Oh,
have heard about all these companies, right? Skype, Spotify, Klarna, Candy Crush. All these are from uh, Stockholm, Sweden.
okay.
So that is also one good thing. Decent salaries is also one good point. Cost of living is high, not as high as Switzerland, but still high. Now let's discuss salaries. Now, if you see, Switzerland is having 75,000 Swiss francs per annum, which is very good. Uh, Sweden, 400,000 Swedish coronas, which is also good. One Swedish krona is 7 INR. That is less. So if you convert like around 30 lakhs, right? That's why it is on number ninth. Ireland 40,000. So now many people, right, what they will do, they will see 75,000 Swiss francs and 82, then 82 into 75. See, so much money. But see this. This is cost of living comparison between Zurich, Switzerland, and Hamburg, Germany. So Zurich is 76.35% more expensive than Hamburg. Hamburg is very expensive. Okay, I'm staying there. It is still very expensive, and Zurich is 76% more expensive. That too without rent. Rent is again around 83.79% more expensive.
So you are
Yeah,
doing
so
job just to pay the rents.
that is one big like problem with Switzerland. It is very expensive. You will see so much money by converting, but at the end of the year, you will save less. And let's move on to number eight. Yeah, so eight also it's like a tie between Australia and New Zealand. Out of these two, if I have to choose one, I would choose Australia most probably because Australia is having more uh, tech companies. Even if you see in our Indian IT companies also, many Australian clients are there. Very few New Zealand clients are there because Australia has some big telecom giants. Salaries are not very high. It is much lower as compared to other countries, which we will discuss further in next slide. So salaries is low, cost of living is high. That's why savings are less. But you will get good options of companies to work for.
Huge Indian community.
Yeah, Indian community is huge, so you will get Indian food here. Yeah,
Get
you will
Indian.
get
Yeah.
yeah, you will get almost everything in Australia and New Zealand, specifically in Australia.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Sydney, huge Indian
But
communities are there.
but the tax is very high, right? It's almost 40%.
Yeah, yeah. In Australia, tax is 40%, which is high, and in New Zealand, it is 30%, which is like normal. If you compare it with EU countries, right, it is around 50% in EU countries, 46 to 50. So if you compare with those, it is slightly low. So healthcare is also like very good in these countries, economical.
Yeah.
Then English speaking, both of these countries are English speaking, so you won't have any problem in working, staying there,
Yeah.
and yeah, easy PR process, work permit, citizenship. It is all very easy because both of these countries are dependent on immigrants for their
Yeah.
economies. They don't have much population there, so they want every year skilled people to come and work for them. Also, for Australia, you can work directly PR, directly for PR by staying in India. They have some point-based system, which you can see. Yeah, rent is one problem in Sydney and Melbourne. It is very high, just in these two places. So that is,
In all major cities, the rents are always very
yeah,
high.
rent would be very high. Yeah, correct. Now, if you see the salaries, Australia is having around 70,000 Australian dollars. One Australian dollar is around 50 at the time of recording this video. But New Zealand, right, it is not very stable currency. Like their currency is not considered to be very strong. So one negative point about New Zealand. That's why if I have to choose one, I will choose Australia here. But both are very similar. Yeah.
Seventh is Japan.
Then then it is Japan.
Finally, one country.
Japan, we have good tech and gaming companies. So Japan is very good. Salaries are very good, and Japan is not only having tech industry, it is also having gaming,
Yeah.
huge gaming industry. Also, VFX is big there. In India, also VFX is growing.
Yeah. In
If you're
India,
a
we
game
do not
developer,
see that many openings like for the anyone who is working on the games. Mostly they look
yes,
somewhere abroad. So for
yeah,
them,
openings are less.
yeah,
Openings are less, but there is one good thing. People in gaming domain are also very less because it's a very
yeah,
difficult domain, right?
yeah,
I
less,
see people who are working in gaming industry, they are getting huge, like very good salaries
yes.
in India.
But for the gamers like who are looking for any opportunities, right? This would be best one compared to
Yeah, this would be
like
good option. for game testing, right? Also,
Yeah, game testing.
you
Yeah, that
need
is one of
testers for
the.
game. You need to play the game and see for any issues. So yeah, Japan is having those openings also. Uh, Good opportunities are there because their population is very like growing old. Most of the population of old people has overcome the young population. So they need more young people to pay taxes so that they can take care of the old population. And all these old people are living on insurance and social security money. So they have big insurance sector and finance sector. So that is also one place where you will be needing tech employees. Then Tokyo Stock Exchange is third largest after US and Europe.
Yeah.
Cost of living is very high in Japan.
Obviously, it is a city.
Yeah, yeah. Tokyo is like most expensive out of it. Then Japanese language you need to learn, which
Which
is
is
very
also
difficult, even more difficult than other languages because it is a different script than English. Then one thing I got it from my colleagues that work-life balance is not very good in Japan.
yeah. Some of my colleagues like they used to leave office at night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. That's
Yeah,
how.
yeah, yeah.
It might not be for every project, but I mean, whatever
Mhm.
I have came across, right? So,
Yeah, like people who are working in Japanese based, who are full-time Japanese employees, right?
yeah.
For foreign nationals. So from those I have heard, but I also know few people who have got on-site from Indian-based MNC. There it's fine. It is similar to like
Okay.
how every other country is having. But once they switch and they go into a company which is based out of Japan,
Yeah.
then there is a not very good work-life balance. Then let's go to money. So you will be earning 6 million yen,
Uh,
Japanese yen. But one
it is going
Japanese yen
quite
is
different.
point 0.5 Indian rupees. Yes,
That,
around 30 lakhs almost. You can earn more than that also.
yeah.
Number six is Netherlands. Netherlands is a very good option because like you can manage to save more money than Germany if you get something for some place for less rent
Yeah.
because salaries are decent. Biggest thing is tax is very like tax is lowest for software engineers. I'll
Oh,
tell you why. Because first of all, tax is low, 27%. In most of other EU countries, it is close to 50.
oh,
Okay, so half of your salary will be going, but here it's just 27%. On top of this, you will also get 30% off.
okay.
So if
That's
your
good.
salary is, let's say, 100,000, your
Mhm.
taxable salary will be only 70,000. You will get 30,000 off. This
Oh,
is, I think, for limited period for first 5 years, not
okay.
after that. But yeah, those 5 years are enough
Yeah.
because they are trying to attract more
Okay.
software engineers, more expats to their country. That's why they launched with this scheme, special 30% allowance for expats. So after 30%, you will get this 20% taxes. That's why you can maximize your savings, even
Mhm.
if salaries are lower as compared to other countries like Germany. Cost of living is high, so whatever you are saving, most of it will be spending there in rent and other day-to-day activities. English speaking jobs are there. It's a Dutch language country, but still there are many English speaking jobs, so no problem there.
I think even though you don't know language, you can still find a job
Yeah,
in
you can manage
if you
to
know
find a job.
English.
Yes.
That's good.
So average salary is like 45,000 euros. Non-tax. These are all pre-tax salary.
Okay.
I have not included taxes. Uh, till six. So I think we can close this video here and we can continue in the next part.
Next one. I think till six, I found out that some countries having a good, I mean, pay, but the cost of living
Mhm.
is more.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
only thing is that tax wise, I think some countries are better. And one country is there, like Sweden, I guess. So you need to learn the language, and also Japan. So that is very difficult.
Many countries, yeah,
Yeah,
many
many
countries.
countries, but still you can find job if you can speak English. Like there are some English
Yes.
speaking jobs, right? So that in that
Yeah,
way,
jobs are there. English speaking jobs are there everywhere. Only
Mhm.
problem is to like in day to day activities, you need to learn their language.
Language, yeah, that will be quite challenging. I mean, at least for a few initial months, it is very difficult. But yeah, I mean, considering the cost of living, taxing, and language barrier, so these three things, I mean, based on the inputs that Shikhar has shared, right? So you can filter out which will suit for you in this top six. And of course, still there are other five in our list.
Yeah,
So you'll see that I'm eagerly waiting for the number one. I have one country in my mind. I'm thinking that is the one. So let's
yeah,
see.
I think that is the country because we all know which one is the number one.
Anyway, we'll see that. So why it is
Yeah,
better than this all countries? I want to see the points that is covered there and why people are going there. So let's see. We can close till this point because we have talked much on this. So the video length will be
I think the video will be very long if we continue, so we can talk it
so.
in the next part.
So
See you in the next video.
thank you so
Thank you all
much.
for watching. Bye bye.